What's good, y'all? It's your boy Wavy, Stay Wavy TV, back at y'all with another video. Let's get it. So I want to talk about some NBA basketball, man. I want to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets. Now, these are the two teams that's predicted, obviously, to go to the NBA Finals this year because of the superstars that they have on each team. The Lakers have Anthony Davis, LeBron James. The Brooklyn Nets have Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden, who are three superstars, man. That's a three-headed monster right there. You know what I'm saying? So everybody is predicting these two teams to go to the finals. But right now, the Lakers are going through some issues, man. Anthony Davis is injured. That's the best. That's the second or first best player on the team. A lot of people think Anthony Davis at this point is better than LeBron James. So a lot of people look at that as the number one guy on the Lakers next to LeBron James. And Anthony Davis, he messed up his Achilles. He didn't rupture his Achilles, but his Achilles was like sore. So he's not expected to come back until sometime in March. You know what I'm saying? So since Anthony Davis has been out, the Lakers have been losing a lot of games, man. You know what I'm saying? They went up against the Brooklyn Nets. Now, Kevin Durant didn't play in that game, but James Harden and Kyrie did. And the Brooklyn Nets ended up taking that W, man, against the Lakers. So I'm going to answer the question that I know everybody wants to know. Do I believe that the Los Angeles Lakers can beat the Brooklyn Nets if Anthony Davis comes back and he's healthy? And my answer to that is no. Now, the reason why I say that is because, number one, man, what you guys got to understand is this, right? Whenever you have a team with three players that are superstars, right? And one of those three superstars is somebody that's a facilitator, somebody that's a point guard that can, pass the ball and get other people points, especially those two other superstars. You have a problem, right? That's why the Golden State Warriors was so good, right? When you look at that Golden State Warriors team, right? They had the best regular season record of all time when it was just Steph, Clay, and Draymond, right? But when they added Kevin Durant, even though they didn't have a better regular season record than they had before Kevin Durant came there, you know what I'm saying? They won 2 NBA championships in a row, and they went to the finals 3 times in a row. And the only reason they lost that third championship title against the Toronto Raptors was because Kevin Durant messed up his Achilles and Klay Thompson got injured. That's the only reason why they didn't beat that team. If it wasn't for that, they would have three-peated. They would have won. They would have won 3 championships in a row had all of those guys been healthy. So when you look at this Brooklyn Nets team, right? You got Kyrie Irving, who's an NBA champion. You got Kevin Durant, who was a 2-time NBA champion, and then you got James Harden, who's a former MVP, current All-Star. You know what I'm saying? And Kevin Durant and James Harden have already played together when they was younger on OKC. And then you top that off with Kyrie Irving, who can pass the ball, who can score, who's clutch, who's probably one of the best, has one of the best handles in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can really handle the ball the way that Kyrie Irving does, right? So when you take that into consideration, it's going to be very tough for this Los Angeles Lakers team to beat that team because, number one, they have injury problems this season. Anthony Davis, his Achilles is questionable. It's very questionable. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if he's going to end up having to get surgery sometime this season or after this season, but obviously the injury is serious to the point where he's not expected to play until sometime next month. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, for the Los Angeles Lakers to beat the Brooklyn Nets, I think that they're going to have to make a trade. And they're going to have to get rid of Kyle Kuzma. They're possibly going to have to get rid of Montrezl Harrell. And they might have to get rid of Marquise Morris. And what I think they should do is they should go after a guy like Zach Lavine, man. When you look at Zach Lavine, who's playing on the Chicago Bulls, man, this is a guy that's going to be a superstar. If not by the end of this year, most definitely within the next year or two, Zach Lavine is going to be looked at as a superstar in the NBA, man. The way this guy's playing, not only this year, but the way he's been playing the last 2 or 3 years, man, he's getting better every year. Obviously, the guy can take it to the paint. He can dunk. He has good handles. He's a phenomenal 3-point shooter. He's clutch. This guy's a future star. And in my opinion, Zach Lavine is everything that Kyle Kuzma has the potential to be. You know what I'm saying? But Kyle Kuzma, unfortunately, because he's supposed to be playing at the 4 and Anthony Davis is at the 4, Kyle Kuzma's had a tough time coming off the bench and being that third star for that Lakers team. You know what I'm saying? But Kyle Kuzma he's a good player, right? He's just not good enough for the Lakers to beat a team like the Brooklyn Nets. You know what I'm saying? So I believe if the Los Angeles Lakers can somehow pull off a trade and get Zach Lavine from the Chicago Bulls, I most definitely believe that the Los Angeles Lakers can beat the Brooklyn Nets. Because the fact of the matter is this, guys. They need a third person on that team that is a scorer. They need a pure scorer. You know what I'm saying? They need somebody to take the weight off of LeBron's shoulders. Because right now, there's a lot of weight on LeBron James' shoulders because Anthony Davis is not healthy this season, right? The NBA had a very short off season, right? They only had like 2 months off after this last season that just passed by where they was playing in the bubble. And Anthony Davis is having injury problems, man. And LeBron James is 36 years old. He's not that same young guy that he was on the Miami Heat when Dwayne Wade was having knee issues and LeBron would just put the team on his back and still dominate these teams. This is a 36-year-old LeBron James who has thousands of miles on his body. If you want to be precise, LeBron James has about 125,000 miles on his body, man. He's like a 1997 Honda Civic that just keeps going and going and going as long as he takes care of his body, you know what I'm saying? But he's not good enough to go up against a team like the Brooklyn Nets if it's just him without AD. He needs AD, you know what I'm saying? He has to have AD. And even when AD comes back, it still might not be enough because they're going to need to score as much as that Brooklyn Nets team is going to score. With James Harden, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant, these guys can put up damn near 100 points in the first half of the game because they're just so good, man. Listen, think about this. All three of those players, they're great ball handlers. They're great three-point shooters, right? Great free throw shooters, great mid-range shooters, you know what I'm saying? And it's like if one of them is cold, the other two can still stay hot. So when you have three superstars like that, man, and you're going up against a team like that, you gotta have somebody that can take the weight off of the two superstars, man. You have to. Because we can't depend on Anthony Davis to play how he played last year with those injuries. We need a third guy to come on this Lakers team and take the weight off of LeBron James' shoulders so the Lakers can know, okay, at least if Anthony Davis can't play 35 minutes tonight, we can just leave Zach Lavine in the game with LeBron James, and we can still get points. We can have this guy drop 25 points a night easily. You know what I'm saying? So if the Lakers can somehow make this trade happen, man, I most definitely think they can go back to the finals and win that second championship in a row, man. So with that being said, let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Wavy. I'm out this bitch. Skirt.